This MAGA mom fought to protect her daughter from radical protesters, but her daughter was expelled. So she took to social media and got the principal fired.
Remember that mom I posted about that was, took her child out to middle school? Because all the kids were protesting. Well, here.
The principal of Olympic Middle School was fired because she encouraged students to participate in ICE-related off-campus activities without prior consultation with parents. After learning about the situation, the mother of one of the students clearly expressed her opposition to her child's participation in any form of off-campus protest. However, the school authorities later expelled the student on the grounds of leaving school in violation of regulations.
Glad accountability is happening right here because that needed to happen.
None of that happened. Was there a protest? Yeah. Was her daughter expelled? No. Was the principal fired? Also no. So what is all of this really about?
Trump, you better start, doing some more stuff faster with these people, because we're not going to let it affect our kids and their education at all. So we need something to be done. We really need to start looking into every single person in the education system and their social media if they have it. Anything like that. Because if you're a teacher or someone of that, sort, and you're posting political crap, you shouldn't be a teacher.
There it is. The woman who calls herself Ice Queen on the old social media and who has a Charlie Kirk meme as her profile pic is just doing her job. Pushing Trump's propaganda that is anti-teacher and anti-public education. Let's dive into the increasing number of student-led walkouts and protests around the country and the potential for some real consequences that go far beyond this ridiculous social media propaganda. But first, make sure you subscribe to Really American. All right? Let's get into it. And if you'll indulge me for just a moment, I want to break down the video that started this whole thing. The video of a MAGA mother really upset that a protest was happening at her daughter's middle school.
Is this serious? I'm pulling my child today. This is my daughter's middle school. Being allowed to protest ICE agents, disrupting traffic, having everyone honk. I'm pulling my child from school today. This is fucking unbelievable. I'm here to pull my child from the school right now. I'm here to pull Remington Gates from the school district.
It's a little too on the nose for a lady who named her daughter after a gun manufacturer to be this upset about a protest that seemed pretty peaceful, at least by middle school standards, and the protest was being supervised by staff.
So you want to withdraw it?
Yep. This is unbelievable. I can't believe my kid is in this environment right now. I'm blown away. Can she be brought down to the office right now, please?
If we have everybody out there, we'll get her.
I'm blown away. As a mother?
Yeah. Well, so I can explain to you what we're told.
This is disrupting traffic and my child's education.
Yeah, Mom, can you sign her out? And then I just need to double check.
I need to see my kid.
Okay, yeah, we have to.
Okay. When she's down here, I will sign.
Unless we see her ID.
Are you serious?
And there's the proof that this student was not expelled. The mom went to the school to withdraw her daughter. And I also found it hilarious that she balked at needing to show her ID, because I bet she's the kind of person that tells other people they need to follow the rules.
As I walked up, I was getting booed by every single student. By the way, I'm making that known. Because I didn't honk, I pulled up to make sure everyone was okay.
Could you please send Remington Gates to the office?
You want to come back and talk?
Absolutely not.
Did we already get your student?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
I mean, we called for him and everything though?
She's on her way.
Okay.
And then 2 people.
Will you go make sure? Who's your student? Just
Remington Gates,
can you just
7th
make sure
grade.
she gets from stairs to here?
Absolutely.
Yep, Maddie.
And I want to be escorted to there because every single student booed me.
Icing on the cake. Her daughter did not even participate in the protest. She was in class, and this woman was definitely not booed. We watched her walk all the way up to the front of the school. It took forever. There was no booing. But for a look at what really happened in Auburn, Washington, let's go to its mayor. Mayor Nancy Backus took to her social media page and thanked students for coming down to Auburn's City Hall. She called their civic engagement peaceful and said that it was a safe, respectful, and positive experience for the whole community. Good thing Remington was spared from such horrors. Students are participating in walkouts or protests all over the country, and it's important to note that these are student-led demonstrations. And while some of the social media uproar from the MAGA crowd seems a little silly, it actually does inspire some action from the top. When Texas Governor Greg Abbott called for an investigation into these protests, on Monday, the state's Attorney General Ken Paxton announced he is going to do just that.
And we continue to track the student-led protests against immigration enforcement operations.
More students want to make their voices heard. Students from Hayes, Manor, Pflugerville, all walking out of classrooms yesterday as a form of protest.
KVU's Michael Courier joins us in studio with their messages and how the state is now stepping in.
Yeah, more families from other school districts are telling KVUE that they are planning walkouts this week. Those plans continue despite Governor Greg Abbott ordering a state investigation and Attorney General Ken Paxton demanding documents from Austin ISD following protests at their schools. Now, we met up with students at Pflugerville ISD yesterday. Eli Gutierrez, a junior at Weiss High School, says their protest was all organized using social media and it spread like wildfire. He says they chose the municipal building to gather in one place and show solidarity as a group. He says ICE's activity in Central Texas and the recent deaths during an ICE protest in Minnesota has shocked him. As a Mexican American and a student, he says they have to use their voice to stand against human rights violations and injustices.
As a Mexican myself, our parents from Chihuahua, Mexico, we know what immigrants do. We come here and work hard, good people, most of us are, and it's just fighting for a chance to say that not everyone's illegal, not everyone, like term illegal alien is BS. We're all humans, we all have dedicated rights, we all have right to be here, so it's just fighting for a chance.
Now, last week, students at 14 Austin ISD schools walked out. Governor Greg Abbott directed the Texas Education Commissioner to investigate Austin ISD for student-led protests. Attorney General Ken Paxton has also demanded documents from Austin ISD. Now, in a statement last week, Superintendent Matias Segura said the district did not sponsor the protests and students who left campus to participate would get unexcused absences. Now, the district did have campus police escort students during the demonstrations. In studio, Michael Courier, KV News.
It's only been a few months since red state attorneys general like Ken Paxton spent every waking moment to trying to fire teachers he felt didn't properly mourn the murder of Charlie Kirk. So I suppose he's itching for a pet project. And speaking of red states, protests in places like Indiana are also on the rise. And the Indy Star broke down what rights students have and what consequences they could potentially face.
Thousands of students across the country are protesting the Trump administration and escalating immigration enforcement by staging school walkouts. I'm Kate Sharon, Indy Star's First Amendment reporter, and here's what students need to know about their rights to protest during school. Students do not have a First Amendment right to participate in a walkout, but that's not to say students don't have a right to protest at school at all. The 1969 Supreme Court case Tinker v. Des Moines ruled that students do not, quote, shed their constitutional rights to freedom of speech or expression at the schoolhouse gate. The caveat is students cannot disrupt the learning environment. Protest activity that does not disrupt school operations is always protected. For example, in the Tinker case, students wore black armbands to protest the Vietnam War. Also think t-shirts, buttons, hats, passing out flyers in between class. If a student participates in a walkout, the school can discipline them for not going to class or any other rule breaking resulting from the protest. However, a school cannot punish a student more so because of the content of their speech. That would be considered viewpoint discrimination.
Conservatives on social media have criticized schools where students are holding walkouts. However, schools have limited authority to stop them. A school's primary tool to limit walkouts is disciplinary action. But remember, they can do so, but they cannot punish them extra harshly because of their viewpoint.
What a fun opportunity to have a political conversation with your student. Talk about these protests. Are you going to allow them to have an unexcused absence? Will they face any consequences at home if they choose to participate? It's also really interesting to me that in red states, there are a bunch of parents' rights activists, including people like Ken Paxton, but they only really want to fight for parents who seem to agree with their worldview. Make sure you subscribe to Really American because you don't want to miss a moment of this team's coverage. Leave a comment and share this video with someone in your life so we can keep the conversation going. For Really American Media, I'm Corinne Straight. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.